We're going to make cranberry nut cake, so let's get started. First, in a large bowl, start off with 1½ cups of butter. Now, if you don't want to use butter, go ahead and use margarine that's been at room temperature. I like to cut mine up in little pieces because I think it's easier to break up with the hand mixer to cream it. The next thing you're going to slowly start adding is 1½ cups of granulated sugar. And you just want to beat this together till it's all combined and that it's creamed together. And I'm going to go on high speed now with my mixer and put the rest of the granulated sugar in. And that shouldn't take you less than probably a minute or so. Alright, once you do that, you're going to add 3 eggs, one at a time. And I like to bring this in on high, just to move it along for the video. That was the second egg that went in, and now the third. And you just want that to cream well, that it looks very smooth and almost pale yellow in color. Get to the bottom of that bowl and work those sides to get all the mixture combined. Alright, now once you do that, it will look like this. And I'm going to start slowly putting in buttermilk. And you're going to need 1½ cups of buttermilk. And just start beating that on medium. Of your 1½ cups. And you're going to need vanilla. So put in ½ teaspoon of vanilla. Next, we're going to use 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And we'll try to just put a little of that in at a time on medium. Now, if you want to just not use your mixer at this time and blend it with your spoon or spatula, that works out great too. At just medium speed. I'm just trying to combine everything together so that it's mixed well. Alright, put that aside for the moment and just finish off with my spatula here till it becomes very velvety and very smooth. And it will look like this. You're going to need a 13×9 pan that's been heavily greased. I greased mine with a solid shortening, but of course you could use whatever that you prefer. And I almost forgot the rest of my dry ingredients. You're going to put in 1½ teaspoons of baking powder. 1½ teaspoons of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of salt. And just combine that. There we go. Now we got the rest of those dry ingredients I almost forgot. Now we go to our greased 13×9 pan, and I'm going to put in half of the batter into the pan. So try to judge about half of your batter, and just smooth it out equally down the center and the sides in your 13×9. Just a little bit more of the batter. And of course you're going to need cranberries, so I have 1 can of whole berry cranberry sauce. And then I like to just really, with clean hands, you can spoon it on, or I like to actually, I just use my clean fingertips, and I take half of the mixture of these whole berry cranberries and I put it over the top as evenly as possible. Now, if you like a lot of cranberries, you can actually use 2 cans and put 1 can, you know, right now what I'm doing a half a can. I like to do just the 1 can because I don't want the cake to be too sweet, but if you do like cranberries, you can use 2 whole cups. 1 cup on the top and then a cup after I layer the batter on top. But this is what I like to do. I used a half a can of the whole berries, and then I'm going to just put the rest of the batter, try to even it out all over the top. Get it into the sides and down the center. I'm going to get that all out of there. This makes for a very moist, light cake. It really tastes good. It's great for a morning cake, like a breakfast cake, or with coffee after dinner. And then what I like to do is, with a butter knife, I just smooth out the top, even it out, and I'll show you what that looks like. Like that, just even it out, and then I just go back and use the rest of that cranberry and try to space it out as best as I can all over the cake. Like that. Okay, I'll rinse my hands real quickly here. And it'll look like that. And then I actually just start cutting into the cake and swirling it with my knife. So just cut into it about halfway down and swirl that into your batter. The last thing you're going to do is take a cup of whatever chopped nuts that you like, whether they're walnuts or almonds or pecans, whatever you like, and just cover all the top up with your nuts. Now you're going to bake this cake at 350 degrees, and it's going to take you anywhere from 40 to 50 minutes. But again, start checking that cake. I start checking mine about 35 minutes, because as we know, all ovens do set up differently. And this is what it's going to look like before you put it into the oven at 350 for 40 to 50 minutes. I have some to show you what it looks like when it comes out. And this is what the cake will look like. You'll have that swirled and layered cranberry inside the cake. And what I like to do is I actually mix a glaze for it. 1 1/4 cups of powdered sugar with 3 tablespoons of milk. And you can make your glaze as thick or as thin as you like it. And this is how it'll come out. It makes for a very moist, delicate cake. So there you have it, cranberry nut cake. I hope you like this recipe. If you do, leave a comment. I'd like to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.